makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been FDA.
Nit 100.9 FM so. Ana ye way. Na ene fiada. Ai ene fie aye homobo bosome. Ne da edi kan kra. Ana ye de ebremo. Ti me man ti dwuma de ye ba me amedi ho chia me ye frame ADAKABRI mamudu osioma. Ai na production esi panyini kwadwo damado ne naso yo fa ase magere osei agiman ebo ne chidom na fe nso so ohima akwe friye enso ana ono so service mranti kwa no mienu na technical production no nana ya asafo ne maame abena frema abankro na fe so engineering team no achu agbo worker but yakwa na najare na nabuaje adasan kroma esar mrani de nyina se sempro na fe facilities group no and also so no big solo and a dada and a yaw Godfred, your friend Ubrana. Na fe Sami and Apuna DJ Bosco. Na Milson Swasaran said Tete. Na aseda ekodiba. Go character this afternoon. Ayo hima equia every year. Na Yamana Tranasi. Na equia me Tranasi.
Ofa meje oso.
For now, I want to say we
Boko me hoye na we.
When it be any men so makwem.
Okay, ye da nyame ase.
Ene enkomo kakra e wo ho. Na enkomo no achiri no so no. Chicha kakra so e wo ho. Na interviews kakra so e wo ho. Ansa na ni nyina mu no. Aye ojuntuni no na osesen na juntuni ne say nia oho ebeton osesen
Say what was that Dilumba? I think say even in music industry now a lot has gone on around him. I think say was spending a lot of time doing music. Apart from say be a no one gift and a talent, or am an fans, a lot of people are almost do that the lumba a penna so much say, or why focuses or yen your man. Ebu onum ka ultimately fear depriving himself of a lot of things. Na and kayena ye telling you any begino. As a later no name maybe could cause wa anyane day. Until no babon tibeka say we will say they are beto. Enye de amafo epe ana bibiti sisi ano nti obia de ono ano
be ya na ho beto no
de ne ho beto no because time o waste yes nka obonyo mama nipa ne fans ani age ani ade ni na no within a short period of time no me we afi nti sisi ano no oye de ne ho beto no
nti opin lyrics and saying
o say mi hu komi hu mo nipa mi komi hu mo nipa mi komi hu mo nipa we asi nipa na hu ni emayo mi hu komi hu mo nipa mi komi hu mo nipa we asi nipa na hu ni emaye ntira obadi empo wo hu meda Mindi nimpa no wachinko me hoa. Nipa be yase ba kupo. Nipa mre yeti o chasi ni a ho beto. Minti obi asem. Minti obi asem. Nipa be yase ba kupo. Nipa mre yeti o chasi. Jabe fo suwe. Minti obi asem. Minti obi a. Mami meti obi. Oh, this I know or the chassis.
Son of the chassis.
Aye.
You may be tea. You need to fusuno.
Your kind.
Your kind.
And some baby.
And some baby.
Daniel is very packed.
Very packed and simple.
Pa.
Okay. You be tea.
Aye.
Na yahwe baby ye de ebeko. Enti ne nyina mu no. Na yamra mehwe se de bisi akọ.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
NIT 100.9 FM so any. Professor Yajampo atro bibi kakra ede ebai. Na yankinkan adia Professor Yajampo atro ede bai no. Na yaman opportunity. Se bia adien ene ma ode atro sa asem we say ede ebai. Mame ni kan enhwe ewo brofum na fe ono ba so ebesa de akotwi mu so so. Yade no tro ye no. Enie ose one kasa man befitting headline na publish it means say headline be na me man no na me publish aka dey ose ideally the National Democratic Congress, given its revolutionary past, should have been more vicious, vindictive, and ruthless in dealing with political opponents. We heard its former national chairman, the late Dr. Kwabena J, at least saying there are many ways to kill a cat when he was demanding certain drastic actions to be taken against some people who weren't members of his party. But Professor Mills pulled the brakes. The vicious scheme to jail Atuforsen at all cost by the MPP, as revealed by Richard Jakpa's recent application in the court, should be worrying to all well-meaning Ghanaians who cherish our cohesion and peace. In his witness statement, Jakpa, I'm told, testifies on oath that the Attorney General told him that the reason for his inclusion in the prosecution is to mask the real intention behind the whole trial, and that it was the President of the Republic and Ken Ofori-Atta who are mounting pressure for Atuforsen to be jailed. Jakpa is therefore asking the court for an opportunity to testify to these matters and be cross-examined. If truly someone deserves to be punished, so should it be. But if Jakpa successfully adduces evidence to back his claims, the MPP would succeed in being the worst offenders in decimating public confidence in our court and judicial processes. I wouldn't advise the NDC to pay them back tomorrow, but the MPP must know that the revolutionary favor of the NDC was only suspended during the reign of Professor Mills, just for the purposes of safeguarding our peace as a nation. It is disappointing to note that these things are happening under a regime that we all thought knew better. Yajampu, 881, Prabil, EAV and Sun Street, Sorpon, and Surunipa House behind Old Post Office, Latte Equiapim. Professor Yajampu, and Waka Nasem Essaya. Na Asambe na Professor Jampu Walker. Or sister Wusha a year NDC or Mabakosem. Etutu a year enoma edi egumu. Na a year Sadia Omututu Ija edigumono. Kabakan senka womananka was a omu yet remoding. Etimi nipa bia so senka omoni a year amanyokobia omoni shia aid Asia. Na womu national chairman Dr. Kwabena ana ekan yese akwanya sabebre wo ho a yefa so edikum kra abra nan ko hwehwe se enka yebetwi nipa bia so enso Professor Mills esi noma bia no se media me pasomdwe ase kwani a yefa so se kwambia so atofo se minority leader yede ne betumu no se de MPP foi esi ye no se wo se ensem a owura Richie Jakpa nipa miensa agina eye emra no no ono na toso miensa ne nsem a woka no se eye asem a eye no kredi a na chese eye ade a haga na fo papa ebe haga na papa se adanse krata Jakpa yi wode eba ye no se de ye ka kire me no se wakantam eno wode kasa ye na sem nyina ko wie se attorney general no ono ese kwani a ode eye Jakpa yi eka wani a ye gina mra no eko wie se ni papa no aye pe no enye aye ono Richie Jakpa no anase de no gina mra no a otoso mi no na ni nyina se Ghana mampanyini any former finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta omo ene ede pressure to ono attorney general no so say when bias won hwe niemfa atoforsen entum enunti eye Jakpa yi wo srese court ne ma na kwanya na saa asem we no yentimi ntoto na no mfa dance ne nto enti no kwanie wano ya jampo ne de osese obi hia se yetimi atwe na so de a entwe ni pakura so na emu se Jakpa yi wotimi de dance e beto akire mu se sei ena attorney general ne ye de a ede na MPP amanyoko no omo yebetimi akase so obi agu eye seni a George fo ani masia anasa tentreni adwuma e wo man mu de a na de ye MPP fo na aye saade no na me nsusu me ya jampo me nsusu se NDC fo no so akina bi no omo ntua MPP fo no ka every say wo mo de tutujagu ombetimi aye omo sa na e wo se ya shanu so se NDC fo no Professor Mills penso ena sa sanke betimi atwe nipa bia so isa soja fo kwa so no ya de to wo a Professor Mills penso enti enwanwa se enei eye dudu amamuo penso a enye soja aban ena wei ekoso ya jampo ana okan sey na asamben ana Jakpa yi wode akokot edie no se wo sre court no se court no enyema no die wo se wo sre court no se court no enyema no ehwe se yebetimi akenkan no eye baako brofo court asem ko kan udi uko translate no akoyem from so yi se ato ebo ase na yakenkan wo eye potokasem said yes actual no into I say in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, Financial and Economic Crime Division, Accra, suit number CR oblique 0198 oblique 2022. Or say the Republic respondent versus Kaiser Atto Forsen, first accused person oblique respondent. 2. Sylvester Anemana discharged. 3. Richard Jakpa, third accused person and the applicant. As a motion on notice on motion, application for an order striking out the charges and terminating the proceedings, or alternatively staying the proceeding against the third accused oblique the applicant. Articles 19, 23, 88, 3, and 296A and C of the 1992 Constitution. Also, please take notice that this honorable court shall be moved by Thaddeus Sorry Esquire and Mr. Sorry at Law Counsel for and on behalf of the third accused oblique applicant hearing, praying for the court for an order. 1. Striking out the charges and accordingly terminating the proceedings against the third accused oblique applicant, or alternatively. 2. A stay of the proceedings before the court against the third accused oblique applicant. And please take further notice that the grounds of this application are: 1. The Attorney General at whose instance the third accused oblique applicant is being prosecuted in the instance suit has brought the charges and instituted the proceedings in abuse of the process of the court and contrary to his constitutional obligations under Articles 23 and 296 of the 1992 Constitution. B. Or 2. The Attorney General at whose instance the third accused oblique applicant is being prosecuted in the instance suit has brought the charges and instituted the proceedings in abuse of his Attorney General's prosecutorial powers contrary to his constitutional obligations under Articles 23, 88, 3, 296 of the 1992 Constitution. 3. In engagements with the third party, in engagement with the third accused oblique applicant, the Attorney General has admitted that there is no case against the third accused oblique applicant. And then 4. The continued prosecution of the third accused oblique applicant violates the third accused applicant's right to a fair trial upon the grounds deposed to in the accompanying affidavit, and for such further or other orders as the court may deem meet in the circumstances. Court to be moved on Tuesday, June 4, at 9 o'clock in the forenoon or soon thereafter, as counsel for the third accused oblique applicant may be heard. And I just say sorry at law. What they abide. Now, I say third accused no. Na no disem wakwama commission of oath atintim enie. I, Richard Antoma Jakpa of Unnumbered House, Ashelebutwe, Accra in the Greater Accra region of the Republic of Ghana, do hereby make oath and say that 1. I am the deponent herein and the third accused in the above instituted application. 2. I depose to my instant affidavit for and on my own behalf in support of the application before the court, the facts of which, unless otherwise deposed to, being within my personal knowledge, information, and honest belief. 3. I acquired knowledge of the facts to which I deposed to in my present affidavit by reason of my personal involvement and or in connection with the facts on which I have instructed my lawyers to file the present application for and on my behalf. 4. To the extent that any of my depositions in this affidavit hints, states, relates to, or state principles, or matters of law, such depositions results from the advice of my lawyers, whose advice I verily believe. 5. At the hearing of the application before the court, my counsel shall seek leave of the court to refer to all the processes third in relation to the matters which has provoked my present opposition, as if same were elaborately deposed to in my affidavit and incorporated therein in extenso. 6. On 18th day of January 2022, I was arraigned before the court on the charge of having acted in contravention of section 179(2) of the Criminal on Other and Other Offences Act 1960 at 29. 7. On the 19th of March 2024, I opened my defense and started giving my testimony in chief orally. I subsequently filed a witness statement which I relied on together with my oral testimony as my evidence in chief. 8. On the 23rd May 2024, I was being cross-examined by counsel for the first accused person on letters of credit LCs relating to the transaction in respect of which I am being prosecuted when the learned Attorney General interjected in the terms deposed to below and captured in the record of the proceedings for that day, a copy of which I exhibit hereto and marked A. In quotation marks, the Honorable Attorney General, Honorable Dame, is head saying, "My lady, I'm a little bit constrained to intervene because the Minister of Finance at that time was in court and testified about authorization. I wonder what Mr. Jakwa's business is to testify about authorization." 9. After the court intervened, the learned Attorney General added thus, that is Honorable Dame, continued by saying, "Just by force," underline just by force, no, and wasan so no, I bold, just by force to defend other accused persons, unquote. 10. In response to the learned Attorney General's allegation against me, I stated that the allegation is untrue, and I did so in the terms captured in Exhibit A, set out below. In quotation, Mr. Jakwa Neka saying, "My lady, I want to put on record that I am not here to defend A1. And a court no so ekasai. I have not told you that you have defended A1. And Mr. Jakwa saying, "Yeah, no. No, I am not talking about you." And a court no so kasai. "Who said so?" And a Jakwa, "Yeah, no. The Attorney General did that. He accused me directly, and I want to respond." I then added thus, Jakwa esa to aswakasa. "My lady, I've heard that, but I want to make it clear here that the Attorney General has on several occasions had meetings with me privately at odd hours, both in person and on phone, in respect of this case, to cooperate or answer questions in a manner that will make his case better against A1, and I've refused, and I've evidence to that. And so, if he is accusing me here that I'm here to defend A1, he has brought hostilities to my doorstep, and I'm responding to the hostilities. And if he continues on this angle, I will open the Pandora box, and we will all know actually transpired. He has brought it up, and I will give it to him. Jakwa Nesanka saying, I am angry because how can he accuse me to be defending A1 when I'm here to fight for my liberty? And he has been impressing on me to cooperate with him so that he can put A1 in jail, and I refused. So he comes here to accuse me of defending A1. It is unacceptable. 12. After the proceedings for the day, I had a conference with my lawyers who demanded a full explanation from me about the statements I made in connection with my engagements with the learned Attorney General in court. 13. After my release on bail on the terms fixed by the court, I met Honorable Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, in the early part of 2022 and explained to him the background and the nature of the transaction on which the prosecution against me was mounted. 14. After listening to me, Honorable Dame assured me that he now appreciated the facts and issues relating to the transaction and indicated to me that in law, agents are not liable for the acts of their principals. 15. He further explained to me that based on his understanding of the contract, the court was likely to acquit me at the submission of no case stage because he was going to oppose it, adding that as a matter of fact, Dr. Sylvester Anemana, the second accused, and myself, the third accused, were just added as an accused persons in order to mask the real target of the prosecution, which is the first accused. 16. Honorable Dame also explained to me that the first accused prosecution had to be undertaken because of pressure from the former Minister for Finance, Dr. Ken Oforiatta, and the President, and assured me repeatedly that I was not the target of the prosecution. 17. Based on the interaction I had with Honorable Dame, a relationship of trust developed between us because I believed him since as a lawyer and a person who initiated the prosecution. He assured me that as an agent, I am not in law liable for my principal's actions. 18. Very well aware that I now trusted him, Honorable Dame told me that he was informed that during the investigations, I had made some documents available to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, IOCO, and asked if I could share more of them with him, and I promptly did by forwarding some relevant documents to aid my case to him from my cell phone. 19. My first hunch that Dame may be abusing the trust I repose in him came when, after assuring me that an agent is not liable for the acts of his principal, he, the Attorney General, filed a submission contesting my submission of no case. 20. The court upheld the Attorney General's contention that a case has been made against me to answer, and when, at subsequent meetings, I expressed my disappointment at the turn of events, he resumed his assurances to me and then started to solicit my cooperation, first, to testify in a manner to incriminate the first accused, and secondly, to help fast-track the conclusion of the case by the first week of May 2024, which is also the reason why he discontinued the proceedings against the second accused by filing a nolle prosequi. 21. Asked why he would not file a nolle prosequi in respect of my prosecution, as he did with the second accused, Honorable Dame answered that it would then leave only the first accused, which will make it even more obvious that the first accused is the target of the prosecution. 22. In any event, as I've always explained the nature of the transaction to the learned Attorney General based on the relevant documents, even though I always had a lawyer representing me in court, I told him during several meetings with him that I was unable to testify in the manner suggested by him so as to incriminate the first accused because such testimony would be betrayed by the documents in evidence and in any event would not be honest. 23. The discussions about my testimony after I opened my defense culminated in a phone call to me on the 9th of April 2024 by the learned Attorney General when I was to appear in court to continue my evidence in chief in terms of the witness statement I filed. 24. The matters I have testified about and also the discussions that I've had during the Honorable Dame's call to me are available by way of WhatsApp conversations on my cell phone and also a recording of the telephone conversation, which I'm prepared to make them available to the court and be cross-examined on them. 25. In the phone conversation between him, Dame, and me, he suggested that during cross-examination, I testified not based on my matters personally perceived and understood by me, but based on his suggestions. 26. In that telephone conversation, the Attorney General is heard directly engaging me on the subject of LCs, which before his interjection were the focus of the first accused counsel cross-examination, and stated how he thought I should answer questions regarding the LCs during cross-examination. 27. I repeat paragraph 26 of my affidavit and depose further that when I disagreed with him, the Attorney General suggested that he would be traveling and not able to be in court at the next adjourned date, and that I should seek an adjournment from the court by informing the court that I was sick to allow him to be present in court before I proceed with my testimony. I declined this suggestion. 28. It has become clear to me without a shred of doubt that the charges against me and the instant proceedings are only being pursued by the Attorney General against me. 1. In abuse of the court process as they are not pursued bona fide. 2. Abuse of his prosecutorial powers, which must be exercised not only in accordance with the law, but also fairly and reasonably in good faith without arbitrariness or caprice. 3. In abuse of my right to a fair trial, because my interaction with Attorney General and my openness to him by virtue of the trust I repose in him as a lawyer. 29. My depositions above are confirmed by the fact that the Attorney General is proceeding doggedly with the instant proceedings against me, even after saying to me that in law, an agent, that is me, has no liability for the acts of his principal. 30. I repeat my deposition in paragraph 29 above and say that the Attorney General is prosecuting the present matter against me only because he intends to use me as a cover for his pursuit of the first accused and cause me collateral damages in that pursuit, which is not a proper exercise of his prosecutorial powers. 31. The facts I have deposed to in paragraph 30 above, regardless of the Attorney General's direct engagements with me, must be inferred from my earlier depositions and also evident from his refusal to proceed against my principal, but rather maintaining the present proceedings against me. 32. Even when my principals put forward in writing a proposal to make payment to the state the amount of 2 million euros in order to address the claim that there's been a loss to the state from the transaction which is the basis for the charges against me, the Attorney General would not entertain the offer. 33. It is also significant that the Attorney General has caused to be issued a response to various commentaries made following my testimony in court after his interjection. In that response, he denies making contact with me, which is patently false. I exhibit as herewith Mark B, a copy of the said response issued at the behest of the Attorney General. 34. At the hearing of this application, my counsel will pray the court to give me the chance to testify orally on oath and explain the various interactions I've had with the Attorney General in connection with this case and be cross-examined on my testimony. 35. My counsel would also pray the court to give the Attorney General the chance to testify orally on oath should he wish to challenge my testimony. 36. Wherefore, I depose to this affidavit in good faith, sworn to in Accra, this 30th day of May, 2024, and Osensan ya, wade ebaye. And for service on 1, the Attorney General's Department, Ministries, Accra. 2, the first accused or his lawyers, Dr. Abdul Basit Aziz Bamba, whose address for service is Aziz Bamba and Associates, number 5, Ni Togbo Avenue Link, near Pecan Hotel, East Legon, Accra. He is someone, Aye Ura Richi Jaka, or no, what can edify Attorney General, and said the Commission of Oath, or can ye man a chiromano, and a making kind. I said the citiano, a quarter some, Lucas a walk or kind tree pet, one shot, now what done. And also so a home ever as a train. It's young fan brofonis na a lumba or see yenty wine, ubia, and no, and I'm to Nico Jofusu or Cano a year later in the show. A year you make free at the Nina Ebemae. Actual words are all can, and I said, you see, a tutor Norman. Or see here, what Father Cabri to the whole we are saying. Or see, good afternoon, sir, what Father Cabri. Mementi is airborne inside Kingsland. All roads lead to Asama Tamfoy. My condolences to Mami Biama Akwafu and her family wafa. May God console them in these trying times. Blissful weekend to you and your team wafa. Also blissful weekend reaching out to Mr. Kwajo, Fred in Woolwich, Peter Chair Champon, A.K. Master P in Northampton, Azeka Samoa in Bermondsey, Mami Kwedu, A.K. Mami K inside Coventry. Amanda Sewa Siedu of Mandy's Collection, Janet West of Jenny's Kitchen, both inside Northampton. Ted Bruce in Camberwell, Ivy Sly also in Camberwell, Bami Jesse A.K. Shu inside Plastone, Sandra Kra in Queensland, Bajo Dakun A.K. Cash, and George Quay A.K. Quayrana, both inside Dubai, and Queenie Everlove of Nottingham. I was a sad danciano, or better say, young to tuna no honor. A ya kind of brofui, a jaco kind of tree, one could be a free from the Dio. And you know, Diaco Swono, what ya see a pa? A foot to say, politicians, any some person we ye assembly free court to them at the babon to say, ye may do no abonting. It is some of the Diaco Swono, what ya see a pa, dear. 0302 243540 0302 243540. So a seminal enka yenya ni nyina ewo court dem ne yenka ena enso so no yede ete abontene ti adansia no a Richard Jakpa wakọ eye commissioner of ofo amena tintim di ama no a wakọ serve attorney general no si yema no kwan ewo court dem entoto na no emfa sa adansia no ho no asemi pati ase pa se de wasi atworo ne ya na ati ase sen hello
Wafa adakabra bamudu.
na what you saying
Lohoye.
you aye your friend say na aka say free hini
Oh, wadafu papa bi studio.
you papa na ho ye de
Bi hoye na Ghana ye pinso.
ne ye pinso no anu ani age so ahu
Me ya di ba dede bebe. Obi enu ho obi enu ho to. Obi nu ho to. Wafa adakabe.
wunti ase ne say
Now that I only accused person kasa. Now we say, I hope you are not recording me. And I want to go on side. I hope you are not recording me. I did not. One Friday say, Attorney General Heidi. I didn't know Heidi. Again, who say? Me too quiet. Na person will catch her. Judge say, and I would excuse medical duty say because of we are in the own bar court. Now accuse person Jakpa say, when I was there, I excuse you to be bar anami. I told you I say. I let you or say because I didn't hear him. Or say, I wonder who Japan was out the bar. Say, hey, I didn't have no okay, Attorney General. Okay, so maybe say excuse saying you. Now one year now say, me bakwa me yarina. And I'm say there, I say, judge me warrant issue will be ano.
Eye.
A dead dinner or say, Attorney General.
0302243540. Send us who city assembly in Asi. Good afternoon. Nana Oscar.
Example Mahmoud.
Yenti way.
Mahmoud, management say Maje Kaka. She, a better ready. The Nipa Kwahutuma. When you being cat, the mano. Mahmoud, I didn't make an or Richard Dab as a wine. Someone would that open bail. I wouldn't have bail condition. Would you compare why would you high court judges? That was then one could be money a mouth bill. And if I would have found no sooner now, so much time in ADAKABRI and then about. A better may be no because when you ask Master catch up and you say, oh, good general can be on. Thank you, Mr. Godwin, me to our court bill. And I will see one man, because that's when ADAKABRI came out. But as I went to meet now, the papa and you listen to know, ye a cocoa and Mr. Fabian, or record company for not be better to that. Now we judge you. After ADAKABRI, who can't say, as someone of one catcher was a cocoa come through what? But to ask for sense. ADAKABRI, that's the way, and you were still looking at your own by the kind, so a song could transfer to ask for sense, so a song could transfer. But all you know, boy, you know, tell you when you knew and so send the enemy. I just said that yeah, the amount of stuff ever go you. Our person can be amount for the year, oh, can be a woman. Man, study my town will say a simple transfer, transfer, will say audio, and so send the enemy. ADAKABRI, but you must say that young man, money a year. Who be not a penny bag about the amount. Nana was coming to us.
Nana Oscar moving to us. Good afternoon. Hello. Bientie wa penyin.
Tape actually. About a predator, I saw one of us, yeah, 26 minutes in the about 16 minutes. Once one fan can social, so a press conference, we didn't know what. I do be a move and come where I said, the GD said, Mona more already. And the band was over already. So about where the big at the count, I said something. The Crawford now would do this, we know how. The ministers, the MPs, one of them all ham. Papa, they were a single person who obeyed himself. Mumbo, many years, and some of my Ghana. I feel BB, I don't mind. Into the vice president, Casey on tea. On nominal oil in the campaign, assembly on tea. Well, no, maybe say, we are penny from one year. God, when we are boy, will be a key, and now Papa back on a cassette, or be a woo to go on paper or hospital, say, we are. And then, on going on, we are a bit paper bomb, and now we are a bit of hospital. Well, if you want man to cram daddy, now I won't crash in idea. And Governor walk or cashing 1 year won't crash in idea. Now, a 2 year at you. One of the alcohol light, Busum be a 2 11 cities. Near won't crash in the Tianka, one crown with you. Until the crown of my man, daddy, and I'm abandoned why because you know my baby, she shall be defended. The hospital, I get a boo to a boo, I get before the table. Me now, mood defended. Nti da ben na ba obi aba ba sisi me dia na bi ya wo mu kra ni tobu ti abubu ni na atu ni na defend so so man property abubu tell no mu bubu atu egu mu sha mu ye bi agenda 111 hospital do stand na ye krofu awo mu so and no man do am kan be promise abudi back 1 village 1 down 1 constituency 1 million mu constituency mo ye 1 million ni pay. If how many years in a billion do send money? Million cry and can't see $1. $1 $1 million. Ah, dollar should have been able 1 person in pounds and the idea of $1 and in our more defended. Chronom now more defended. They could be pound what you are Ghana have president in Ethiopia. We are where? Ah. Now, what come the pound was the first in young to men to over the Cocoon Sonia Lima across the SC Shama. What was that secret in Yoku will be after secret in India? And maybe a chong, maybe crop for the Sika bank when you are supposed to in India or come boom, Mamino Kutaba, a question say. Ah, Sonia, you couldn't party at the commission. Civilian comes on the Crawford did that. Katem was Shama nominee, the idea of work nominee helicopter in any of what Sama is. Let's say commission that about Ghana has such a phone about home. What to naturally? Yeah, let's say commission in the breed. Such a phone about my being who by other or Crawford. And I don't know yet about home. Huh? Maybe no matter why I am crashing for somebody and tell me how much is how. Yeah, sorry, I mean, you're quite young, I know the other crew, custom, and I'm also more no more CC, and 1 year no more, so wouldn't be here to some body glory, I can't 100 gather crown, non per 7 more 40 cities. I think you're too quiet. I didn't trust you, any audience, Abacas,
0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI.
You need patch for saying.
Medical film, fresh no more.
You could me into way.
Mo, let me say, I buy where you may you. I send back on I buy me in Yano, Libya, the teacher, and they say, Obi, I'll bet you no person of it. Yes, my sister Penny Casaye, Attorney General, your cost on pay. Sabi assembly in the court. If you are petty and say, buy ye, then can this deliver to me, then Attorney General. Then Ghana buy, then no man, there be a decent society. Son, I may again. Until you did the court. Until me, my family, dear, the cross and general baby, young no people said you want my yammy disappointed. Only a son court to one more court to assembly. So, we did this a honey being young, why, yeah, she say. Maybe the American would, I don't know, but I say
0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, me ADAKABRI.
It must mean to you.
Yo, Edi kan me bawa baso. Na me ADAKABRI did there air cost in na me bisane say 2 point something million ambulance
You were to 14 or the Bowman. Oh, my, team opening Riesika, causing financial loss. Akwalako to Obikochi Akukwa, do 20 Ghana. That day, Nana sentences no. Ambulance no or the buy. Obiba no be cancel the near Kuino. Mestre program now, you know. Obi no Chiana, ADAKABRI, Nuntini, you. What are things in the my politics. Yet your man, Obinia, Sema, 8 good years. Or not to me, in Pajaju. Yen Lantia, yes, you Sema, you bet me, I could not call Takasi and Pajaj. Kingdom Paladi, the formula, Trade. Mondria, no. Poor farming Kumadio or Manjam. Munjani, ADAKABRI in Ramico, the accident to be smooth. Just say, Uber share traffic. Abanya Bakuina, Obian to me, single lane. Obiba saying Kroma Yefi. Yampeni for a woman, Mushinipu, not Temwo. Tell you jam and court near the Akra, Unyamia Temwo, Unipa, a come Dinipa Wagana, and yes, on Peduma, I just never know why. Koto ambulance, bra. Ambulance out the by 207. Make me question and say, Ankara to forcing, or the ambulance in the by. I don't have any
0302 243540. Hello.
ADAKABRI. We want to because it's the papa. I didn't know. Brave them soon. I'm in the any power Shina will come out ambulance. You don't know. How would rolling some or coffee car with the house is that repair? Or my penny could hold down and if you come and employ. Now, ambulance, my teacher, I see, no more system, yes, it will contain them, Mr. Habo. We are then as a more chasse and crack. And no more the decision, I say, she Habo, because of politics. Tell the idea, Royals, the same thing, and what the year we see, because NBC, MPP will be our TV station, will be our radio station. She will be our other fan, and I am there. It will be a movement in Ghana first. Number two, politicians, number two, Ghana. And you know, I know what they are. Now, maybe I am your cry, Kosala, Koto, Abama, Ubi. One, I'm saying, they see Kumasi Sad, let your commission time, and some of the show will tell you. Or tell for you 732, or they call 76. From 732, 1 hour running out, also no more draw attention. And then all they call 76. So I tell you, you know, maybe why you are my more. Yeah, now say video, no money, whatever, front. We are here to and I'm more reporter to you. The reporter will be a crash in the other crowd. We are walking no interview, one of the TV station. Intermediate, I am young, or manager, Padina, everyone. The Chairman Bank of Ghana bought more than 60 billion.
Okay, 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Papa.
Alan Kashini. Yamiad me away and also swear.
Kumasi Brown go see the Yamida Bank. Anyway, no, I'm saying I'm Pam Farmer, Mr. Flip, our Pasua Old Belia. Now I'm saying I'm Pastor the Honorable Boniface. And me and Kasa, the next president, Honorable Chief Alan Kwajocha Martin, Butterfly Movement. The saying I'm Paddy Money, Papa, and I'm a Slagana for us. A brand of Sumo Mokotuaba. Omusha leader or then she say on or Shabwa or Diso na or Jenny Ghana Mabunua Honorable Chief Alan Kwajocha Martin. Now, Alpha, Osha Sama, what they have to get, maybe I can't I court from Crawford. Then could you ask them no?
Jinasika Crevi, Name of us, Minchum. A seminar down, a some Chiawano at the court. Bibia koso ena nipa baako si an wasan kofa asem foforo se wode court afen no no wode sa asem ne kwa na danse no eye June 4 next week ebnada ena ono wode sa de ne ekoto no court nanim emfasa asem we se ya eda ho aye die no wo baabi no eye obi asem foforo de ba ena wode na danse no and I'm a king card the actual. Sa asɛm ɔde kɔ court a emu adanse ɔde yɛ ne nyina so akɔsrɛ court adeɛ no ɛna makenka saa danse no oti aseɛ. Good afternoon. Ache Froseng. Ache Froseng. Sa ofasa ko de mienti o ya ma ne so kakra.
Yo papa me da. And say my program is so free at the bar. Program is so pa. My film you say ba ko ye. And na tanka ni so ko kwan so ana anumrebi. Am ti ko uba. O kan wan sama me frɛ. Na asɛm na be. Asɛm se ti asɛm no a. Adia me fra no ni ni na yɛn se di ndi ko. Because asɛm no ma ɔman no the people that asɛm no a we make no kwan ntiri ni mumu no kore de ye tsekwa o su ye de na ba se ni de me so wa na ja da ka ja ba kwa me so se en ka obi tia ya fa me no ba no na ni ko mo bi.
Okay. Right, but you no be din komo wa chire. Why? No be din komo wa chire. Enti 0302 243540. Na yenti the other beba. Good afternoon. Before then, no, and good afternoon. Oh, quite unfortunate. Dear now, so what they ever 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Adakabri.
And you patch your frosting.
Very fancy.
Yenti away.
Radisha, me felt that the first time. Boye Juma. Na the tiani say me dey who say my way mono. Na me kasa be di asofo no ya ho bebre. Ye wo preaching aye preaching ma omanfo any lokuta oman no president ahemfo. Say to me boss aja no be 1 year. Yakupon di sabe kan mpelfo bebre. The Bible says wa fa ni san ko bi o tin man nten. Now, okay, James chapter 3, verse 13. Or she said, dear, be a honey, and said, you are why you do mine. And in the say, NBC, Pino, me time, I woman, Jacuya, Nimunitino, Liana Mira, who am on mine. Kobe the name away. Okay, you're not trained. Or my bonnet here, dear. But if I say, oh, different because I tell mine now, mine is for one hono. Ya kupo sabe jo mine no. Ito my we one when ya kupo nya sa odi bu mine no. Any question no. It's already shy, no come home. No you say ah na da menya mu bia be koso akasa. Why?
Yele wasipa 0302 243540. Yenti do de beba. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Father.
And you patch your frosting.
From Roman Joy.
Yo, ya no amane su kakra man.
Wa from Roman Joy. Makasa sinyano.
Yo.
Agi oyo me yo ti de wa Father Kabroche. Costing financial loss to the state. We kabutu na odda ho 2.something million euro. Ye kan hanse mo. So ya
Santibium. Enya Debbie, what can be? And yes, some not that called it means so crowunty as a me cano any idea me come.
Okay, fine.
Take a just to take a yes to take a crabby. Just to take a crabby.
What for me say?
And yes, some not that called to know judge or bano can want some the account. Obidin a some for fro air court. Or the back court a benada. And was several. Nipa no ordinance or nene kwatwe was seven no. And no na dance ye no a ode kɔ no. Ya kenkan ya dance ye no obrofum sɛ ɔse asɛm sei no ode kɔ court and ye busa sɛ wodwene ho sɛn.
Yes. Okay, fine. So Mr. So ye Ghana for nyanya botal. Ewa menya ngra na asɛm ne sɛ sabi kɔtɔkwana has. Nyanya je memma judicial no. No one anka so wanye wedwuma obi na ɔde foforo kɔ yo. Ame mama kan ye de yentu le trinye din
enti na dance ye na wode kɔ no a ɛyɛ public knowledge no ɛnsɛ sɛ obi ate na dance ye no saa na pɛsɛ ɔkyerɛ na ɛyɛ na asɛm wode kɔ no yɛ kan mu atibie sɛ asɛm sei no wɔ sɛ wode kɔ court
amfanko
Thank you. Enunti ye me dofo Sandra. No what I say. Obi asam foforo de ko. Asem wo se eye okogina George anim eye Benada. Eno se ye ma no kwan ne entoto na no na sem nie na dance ye nie eno ho asem ne ye ka. Enya asem wa da hodada no a ye ka no. Why? Emfa to force ho ba bia, emfa obi foforo bi ho ba bia. Eye obi asem a oso de court. The lawyer for ne say Benada omo de asem na ekọ. Na no disem na dance ye a wo de court akosire bibie no ene ya kenkan de a kire wo no. Why? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ajamientio.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Within the Akapia Phobia and Pacific Antaman.
Yentio.
The Kama means Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, incoming president, Department of Bubaka, and Senior Japan. Offer Adakabri 70 some work on any pana or two Sadian. The patron was a friend saying.
Your friend Richard Jackman.
Now offer. Now, sir, Jackpay, as someone to force us in imitation and home. Also, somewhere and fat and who cried, I know all that to Timagion.
And Nuntina to was in that ye Cassa, Tierney. As someone that ho, judging it as a Tierney power. Judging it dinasem. And the Jackano was say, be not any general no co prayer no, I was some ye dear no more. And I akofa when you went at the bar. Abontene what is the political parties edo ma no totom eno na fei no okofa asem foforo se saade no a atani general ne de ye no wo kokota akosre bibi na de okokota akosre bibi na Benada eno mo beka sa asem no right. Very good. And all kire all kan asem a wo de kokoto Benada nti nye asem dada na da ho asem ne ye ka why
Matias not just asem dada ro kwa won kan wonya sa
asem dada no de or say court no ntwentwen so asem dada no on mra me kana asem fufure
okay
ya no na ye betie se court no obeka se wage atom obetwentwen so ama wode asem fufure ya ba na ediwe ya asem fufure
yo over the Gabriel
me too
me lawyer ni na me nim me events teacher ni me make that sense am person me busa there asam na odi koma enipa na one ne enyasam a court aka no eno timbeto abonten sa because o kan abonten it is asam
what busa question for bibi anto aso bim obi adanse a wode court utimi ka say nipa so 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 court na dance wode court ni ade we nti no so court it na dance o si we nti no court and America cho so papa we also court the lawyer for say Benada kra no on be move asem no court dem ho no asem odi ko ni
mate de okana se me say enti se court na ye ka
yenyenro onya court mfa na sem ai odi ko no wo ye kinkan brofo no what ya se ana
Matias na se we odi ko mu so
and you issue why and you issue and you issue asem was odi ko court no ye kinkan brofo what do you make of it ebi ni say obi tinje onya ya nanka ye nkan obi ntibi obi court antimi nka se na asem odi ko no enkan obi ntibi because what you be you say ebi obi tibia na chese onia no odifo eno nchese onia ne difo okase we na yese ya na no nchese wadi onia no wadifo ano no why itimo obi adwene nye ne say the fact that what kind no kra no o kan ya no na obi free say ye de da bi so ho enti afa na me dofo Sandra as dia Ghana ye hia ni o dia Ghana ye hia ni say ye ba ye tolerant na ye tiasem na baabi ho na say ye fom a esi yo ya tiase ye de say na ya dwene ye yen baabi osusu na say da bi ka enchiremu ni ba ye so still ano we de etwetwema so a na waka so ahono enti obi say me dofo Sandra sa suban no e na o say ye uye bibi na enye wo kanu o tie no ono so right so because ade a wo ye we enye eti Sandra banafo yeni kan tie de otwero ye ADAKABRI. What you are doing is irresponsible. The advice the court gave is directly opposite what you are doing now. How can you allow citizens to comment on a case pending before court? Let's get serious. Know your ethics as a journalist. What you are doing is immature. To me, chile bibi mu kakra at the point ewo alanka hyeso no afeba ye papa we me ne ka me chile mo no. Listen to the matured and tolerant way Sandra de yenadwuma. ADAKABRI. If you say so, then I withdraw my comment. I think we will wait to see the outcome of the case on Tuesday then. Sandra, I thank you. There was here new. Wono verily wakuma mono. Sandra Frisha my money. Ochuroba ye no. Me nso so nsasa me bufu no. Because when nidi matem. Okaso ye responsible onidi matem. Okaso nye mature onidi matem. But on say me ma further explanation. Say wo bi asem wo de ko. Ebunada on the 4th. Eni ye ko move court no. Ni akasa asem say. Eni ye de beto court anim. O say oh. The side that here dear, Eddie, my withdraw my comment. Eddie, ye nyina kra ebnada, ye behwe de besie. Asem na see ya no no. Sandra me de waswati. Let's be tolerant with each other. We were ni matem. But obi also so we did watem awie kura ni. Bi ni ekofi, what's he saying? ADAKABRI. From my point of view, you are happy. But you laugh at it at your left side of your cheeks. AG will be exonerated. We then my happy. Go be a when you have to fanatism. May the voice be a man. Try and get me that voice to be played out. Now yentie the oh. Why? That voice of the man. Now, and you come mom our voice. Mama me and your fanatico. Do on my Ghana sino political party. On my Ghana no. Do Ghana sino political party. Na dia yana me de bia me tiatiamu ya yaka me tiatiamu we rank and far. Rank no mpanifo na party no and far nkuma na form no. Ube kom kra rank no kra no. Ye was special rank for wasoro pa top notch for no. GBK way. Bichiamu mudamu na. Eti rank no kra no. Ye was top 1% bi. Ya na far no. Mu form no. Munnim. Ya munnim no mani bi. Enti so timu so bi e form na wode na kuma atapa na chia. Na ma sa rank for no, especially top 1% rank no. Wamu ye bibia na oma anwene sade nipa na wo form ne de oma kuma edi part na chia. Na ma na yo. Because obi wo form wode na kuma nyina di akire. Wode na kuma nyi achese odo part ni do ni ho de. But only the slightest iota of doubt. Say nipa ne be ye ade papa. And you bones a top 1% for no. No ma bi omo ye no. E kire se omo nwini mu form no ho. Eti ka top 1% for no. Aye rank for no. De bia mo nwini form for no ho. O se form for no do omo akoma. E do omo bibia. Eda je. Omo di bom bibia. Mapo. I mean, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Me sorry so wajina so ache me nti opanyine why?
Me pamucho em se Ghana no ye do Ghana pause ye do Ghana o media ntimi. Me pa so assembly I buy. We engine in this manner. Assembly yes ye obi ko to ambulance bed no Ghana e di babu Ghana. E na okoto ambulance no ye fa ne se wa ye funso. Ye fa ne se wa ye funso. And a company no almost water almost oh kike bawo sa deal we and sa purchase we asemic come dodo inti mudie the mon pay ambulance na ye de musika bebemu na mu ye mbefa ye ambulance nko ase we anka enfa bidia so enye sika mi na ye si ye pay say causing a financial loss to the state no. And yes, he can anka yedi come ambulance for now. Almost ye cause financial loss. And that's the ambulance for still yedi he can no bemu. Na ye say ambulance in kwa causing financial loss to the state no way. Me as we want me simple thing anka ye na assembly na atemako. Nensu shebe bia ye bedu. Me pa secondly me pamucho mumo radio for we journalist for mumpo Ghana kakra, especially about this doomsday issue a ekoso. Yan she bibiti says since Kwame Kumasi akosomo dam serving the purpose. Population has grown over the years. Even Accra, even population has grown, even Adenta, Dodowa, Atam, every day for 40 die. Obian Fabi Kan, Dumso, si previous way. Obian Fabi, Ena Mahama de Dumso, Obefa, or buy another Dumso by. Obefa Prancy by almost the promo SS power. And SS power, no Yankampium. Nensu ye sorry ana ye see mama di dumso aba me pamucho me bi sa asem se mama okofa dumso no wen gan na akofo no omu si na omu twi power no eye mama na o si na o twi sa power no e kom enti na okofa dumso na ba ya na se de me pamucho me dem be pesa anka parliament on professor omu ye lobby the government dia obeba bia no in your 4 years no the 1 megawatt of power crowd the better Ghana we one. Anka God be no. Do so we anka.
K 0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, of ADAKABRI.
And you patch your frost and I can say free.
Of Unia Bema, of Pacotua Francis, Mesumo, Amasama, and Francis Satani, of Yamisha, now onto one condemn. Amanu Namia San Wabro. Of a seminar better honor, or say a feno, ye. The ordinary case you call court to know, or become. I didn't know SMS in Attorney General, who friend now in the Kadibi. Now, my home say, I say, no crew, but politics in doors, politics in doors, because of say, ambulance and an almost your day back. I'm going to 50 never. And now,
there be, I don't need money, and yes, I substantive. Obi di nasem court. Wako a friend a commission of Ufu and a wako tro nasem. Say my dance ya me de court ni. I don't need a king can ye. But when your substantive case ne down here can was why? Thank you. It is so a fair no aba. A year papa be a friend Richard Jackpot. Or say ujina court to them. Na court to them ujina no. Or can assemwa attorney general the assem atono so. I will call to them ho. Inti anyane de. Sa attorney general the assem to no so. Na no. Enu yi no ho anu wo court no. Ana yapon court. Ya ba ye no. And some no a okan wo court to them ho no. Afi the political party aba ka say o voice say we say na we so political party we so amane mu aye inti NDC for be born the voice na MPP for be man mu aye. And no na be man say asema to no adia attorney general ne dia ma no o nsem bi di tia attorney general no enu nti o court anu de na dance ye wakọ na commission of oath atintim dia ma no na dance ye no na yaka ne brofum so o say asem sei enti na o de attorney general ne court ebenada na ye ma na kwanya ma o de asem na court emfa asem dada na da wo no misremu a mo bia ma me kan asem dada no ho asem kire why. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. ADAKABRI.
Nanyini ne frozen.
Yes, family lucky but mukasa fitema.
Inti we.
Mr. ADAKABRI, Ghana na e wo no. Adenti no di eso wo de asem court. Now we you know say we say judge no on ti asam no. Sometimes so adeni book of abenwuta. Who name the merit of you know the corner. Who so nya judge. Which may be because of politics e puye o mind Musi say o man empo you. Ebe na akoye. Jama politics are for agene. Say whatever you are doing, everybody will be rewarded accordingly on judgment day. Woni nyame ye adwuma.
Nyame nkan ho ba bia wo so wo bia. Enti yankoye ni mu na afi no. Yentie afutuo yi a eye sofu panyini ede baaye. Enti sa afutuo yi a sofu panyini no ede baaye. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Anyi pache frosen.
Pache from Mr. Kwachi. The Casafi, Caswa.
There was a minty one.
Da, if you have it, my new offer, Nami Papa. The Macachas would do more Maui Muka. The Crawford be below one chair of VIP. Or more, and it didn't make this case. Time when the make Macachas have your custom Yakaka. The Diana Botre. Oh, yeah, dear. And so do the M Yakaka on his face. A man penny of Kufado Basso. Why ye be? They are chimney. If you be wrong, so me take a swan. My pan, why you be papa. A better be your crying some body a crown a year back. Who's near Mukra of Betons, my body by Sakuno be free. There be some of the tones. Oh, any power. Why are dear? Bring up your one. The big great new copper and be swinging and so yes, see. Me more than Bonita. Why you do my from what FM? Make me craft and I'm so kind of my family among about peace FM. Why are they? Why are they? Papa? Me no one share physical da. Nyaputreka Krawati. Nyamabi ye. Radin Shroud. Court was to me, I'm not a dedicated person. The way of form for it is. Nabutreka Krawati. God time is the best. Men know more if we are sick. Now, one morning, you can see it. Bye bye.
And you Yamisun Shra, baby, as will be right. Yen tears of opinion, no, a futua or the brain.
Literally killing and destroying our culture. And this is the reason. Please understand that before you became a member of a particular political party, you were Ghanaian first. So we are one nation and one people before we become members of any political party. And so for whatever reason, we have two political parties that is literally killing and destroying our culture. And this is the reason. Please understand that before you became a member of a particular political party, you were Ghanaian first. So we are one nation and one people before we become members of any political party. And so do not live your life by just putting your all and your trust in political parties. Today, we live in a country since the Fourth Republic, and it's not just Ghana. I see it everywhere in the African nations, where you find two political parties dividing the country, because if one party comes into the office, the other party in opposition, their members suffer. They are literally bankrupt, undermined, and destroyed. And so when they also come and this party is out of power, they also want to settle scores. It becomes a vicious cycle. We are destroying one another. So we don't have a sustainable wealth. Our wealth, the lifespan of our wealth is between 4 to 8 years. And it's over. Because everyone is waiting for an opportunity so that they can come in. And when they come in, they destroy the other party's members because they were destroyed. Something is wrong. We need a national agenda. It's time to start talking. We must talk now before it's too late. We have to start talking. And as a people and a nation, we must have a national agenda that compels every political party of our country to work together at, so that when any party comes into office, it is not your manifesto. Don't clap. Don't clap. Your manifesto and your agenda don't matter. What matters is a national agenda.
I say what matter is that national agenda. Ebo?
Yeah.
As someone so for Penny Duncan Williams Ekano, does it break your conscience?
Oh yes. ADAKABRI. Obi biala otati no. Sa sama penyin reken ya sama.
Me sentie ne biom na ma wadwene mra ha se pay. Special the opening comments.
For whatever reason, we have two political parties
ɛyɛ sɔfo Nicholas Duncan Williams ɛna ne voice nie na yɛntwe adwene nsi asɛm a wɔɔka no so na yɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛnya biribi de afiri mu a earlier on maka sɛ rank and file nanka rank for no especially the top rank no mu yɛ adeɛ nka da bia mombɛɛ yi man sɛ faafoɔ ne dɔɔso no ɔmo ne de ɔma koma agye party ne de atena seɛ nti duru baabi koraa na ne faafoɔ no ɛyɛ ignorant of the rank no ɛyɛ ɛne nti mo sɛ faa mi no ɔkyɛ sɛ ɔde nakoma no ɔbɛko ntɔkwa no ɔyɛ nanka onya the slightest idea the rank no especially the top rank no ɛyɛ bianca na bambo yɛ den ebebu yentie ɛyɛ sɔfo panyine no asɛm a ɔka na yɛhwɛ sɛ benya biribi afiri mu a
whatever reason we have two political parties that is literally killing and destroying our culture, and this is the reason. Please understand that before you became a member of a particular political party, you were Ghanaian first. So we are one nation and one people before we become members of any political party. And so do not live your life by just putting your all and your trust in political parties. Today, we live in a country since the Fourth Republic, and it's not just Ghana. I see it everywhere in the African nations, where you find two political parties dividing the country because if one party comes into the office, the other party in opposition, their members suffer. They are literally bankrupt, undermined, and destroyed. And so when they also come and this party is out of power, they also want to settle scores. It becomes a vicious cycle. We are destroying one another. So we don't have a sustainable wealth. Our wealth, the lifespan of our wealth is between 4 to 8 years. And it's over. Because everyone is waiting for an opportunity so that they can come in. And when they come in, they destroy the other party's members because they were destroyed. Something is wrong. We need a national agenda. It's time to start talking. We must talk now before it's too late.
We must talk now before it's too late. Mapa.
You see, Penina Kasapa. In fact, I've watched this video again and again. Only God knows how many times I'm actually that video. No? And some of the things are kanu open kanu and some of us yak eshasre kasa wacher papa. Mapa. You see, until we get to the point I ever said we have a nation to build. We don't have a political party to build. We have a nation to build for generations unborn. And we don't have a political party to build for a few people. And he said, if at any point in time there has to be a choice between sacrificing Ghana for a political party and also sacrificing a political party for Ghana, I will advise my fellow Ghanaians, let's be prepared to sacrifice political parties for Ghana. Parties come and go. Ghana remains. Say, assembly ba, nasa dama samano. Say, political party bi aye bibi etie oman Ghana. And also party ni bi eto anaman waye bibi a otie oman Ghana. We should be on the side of the nation, not on that individual or the political party. Say, yanyane dem. Na so obi sabi odinsa bo abani sika mumpo ozuma namba ku gwa abrochiru ko school ototo adan akase ototo cars wazi twitwa ne girlfriend ticket mo kwa abrochiru ko Dubai na se dem nyimpa no awa file fo asama e kan no wono wo fom na nzama kodo e hawa yenyina yer komi yenyina ye feel no Payina was one. Say Yankupon the beer when you are Nehuza in Zama worry in a kind of benefit, in a kind of in Zama Koduo, Abenum at the top level. And say, you anchor them, I will kill myself for any political party. Then be a Makada Masemi, Mapa. There are two statements that painful being make for Ghana. Mijaro Kasampa. First, Honorable Kennedy Japan, as sincere as he was, I say there are people in this government. They are looting Ghana as if there's no tomorrow, and when they loot, they send the money outside. Our money will loot. The money that they loot belongs to Ghana. That means can it be ensured what is hospital, and as well this is school. My father now, or your the phone wasn't your phone to and sana watch on when you go papa watch na do when you crash papa watch na we suyazi. The means can it be ensured this is hospital ma pin for or kwa because of lack of bed in the other phone or the trainer wa kwa and that's why we yompo na no bano other phone instead of about the bed papa bido. We send the nyimpa kurubi and nyimpa kuma bi na we easy or money sikan. Dam subana we are prepared to even kill ourselves for political party. No, we should get to a point that American we should begin to love this nation more than a political party. There's no political party in Ghana older than me. Ghana is older than me. Why should I be prepared to sacrifice Ghana for any political party? Instead, I am prepared to sacrifice any political party. In the party me yabon ozisika. You must face the law as a person, as an individual, as a citizen. Mama yamfa party bin kala bin fan cheche no nkaya de oya party nyinti no wanyene fadam mbreko ne do. Se eyaze no ya mbra no osoro jaw. Se eyaze na onja ose dem mbro onyuzi regardless of a political party. Mapa, one major issue which is killing this country is how we've allowed the politicians to manipulate our justice system. And I will say this without any fear or favor. Let me give you a typical example. There's this young man, I don't know whether you heard the story, Okuyu teacher, no rice and stew, no phone, no niska baby. As somebody seen within 1 month, one damn young man was 18 years or so, 15 years imprisonment with hard labor, rice and stew, a teacher's mobile phone, and some little coins to be. Obi was 18 years. Woman 15 years. We're jailing for 15 years with hard labor. A politician. So, Odinisa Bomani Skimpona watching. Typical example. Maslock Bessie ya Ogwani we jailing absentia ya Ocean Uni. Man or Mr. Mahama Abedu Maslock CEO no woman. Na other politicians bia one won some ababa out. Ibi wunde so are politicians are mbranu or deal with him in a different way. So that principle of equality before the law, which is a cardinal principle of rule of law, no or infa. Or mbranu the net of the law no. Onu mom ochi enam keten na ojai enam akasen. That is the irony of the situation. The irony is that the net that is supposed to be catching the big ones is rather catching the small fish. Now, big fish, you know, we too much for net. That's the kind of system we are having. And until we get to a point there, we are building a nation, not a political party. We've had political parties before. CPP was once a powerful party. UGCC was there. So many parties, Action Congress Party, Mekhe Banasco, all of them, they are no more. But Ghana remains. Let's begin to love Ghana because we were born Ghanaians first and sign a political party. And party politics until there, Ochina, Dortmund, Madrid match about there, more house or ha. So, I'm excited overnight. No! When you actually Obama be president, that person's decision can make or make you as a citizen. Since I hey, a businessman, na kajebusa, ubi so color and sign our interest rate achrawa. They don't ask you what party color. Inflation or wakosuri, sekotas ugoma. Nobody asks you about your political color. Exchange rate here or trading cardboard and Usain Bolt. Nobody asks you about your political color before they exchange it for you. It affects everybody. So don't let my politicians won't fool you. to enrich themselves as they do. I've told you, Mapa, there are people like Ghana before 2017. Today they buy cars like toys or the Chenkofu. Nobody is questioning them because we don't seem to love this country. We don't seem to ask questions. And people who could not afford even rent now own houses. Nobody talks about it. Nobody questions them. And how can we develop as a nation if you allow this trend, this system of, I call it 8 years cycle of state capture? 8 years cycle of that has been the system.
It is a old system, man. People become rich.
Yes. Overnight.
Because of politics as a vocation.
Yes.
As opposed to people becoming rich
as businessmen,
as agric and manufacturing,
yes,
as a production of Omo Ejumomo ya.
Yes. You see, the normal order is that any system, any economy will grow is businessmen who have money. When politicians begin to have money more than businessmen, it means the system is sick. Because most of these politicians, they can't work for the because only legitimate money to bank. So the money doesn't circulate in the system. At best, they will convert this money into foreign currency. They will keep your baby. Because the money is not legitimate money. Because they will have to be questioned. How come they within this short time?
As a result of politics, are significant or bigger enough to say because they are turning agri produce into finished products. They are manufacturing. They are working hard.
Yeah.
Almost Kenyano.
Yes.
Our form.
Yes. You see, those that are every economy, we are when we control economy. Our economy grew or a private sector. So the private sector man will go and take loan, let's say at interest rate of 10%. The business will grow. Man will create jobs, will create taxes. So most of the are turning around. But what I say, my sister, we expand in the business. Why employ more people? So you'll be our exporters. I'm a sister, foreign exchange. We be as all first import, but since import we are conserving foreign exchange. That is how economy is built. But I'm saying there, if you have a situation where the money is with the politicians, the businessman can easily put money in a bank. You see, banks don't have money. Banks are intermediaries. What they do is that they take from the surplus units and give it to the deficit unit. So the one who be away budono, or don't go to bank. No one who yes cause a business, no about a bank no, the bank and other interest to do, no commission to do. That's how banks work. But if you have a system where the businessman cannot afford loan in the first place, two, cannot even have access to loan until on expand in the business, on grow nisika. So when two on grow nisika, on make savings because savings are made. Because that is how we form capital for investment. My party, but because politicians, most of them, on your legitimate money, one phone call bank now why yes can bank in your because you see, everything we do, if you have more money in the system, if the banks have more money to give as loans, there's definitely interest rate to go down. If the banks don't have, if it is difficult for you to get loan from banks, certainly interest rate will go up. So as we speak, money in the system, money circulating in the system, on yet that much. Because it's going to give the politicians what? I want sweat no unya. Through sourcing of contracts, through cutting corners. The money is with them. No to con by heart. We also part any scholarships and it wasn't here for needy bad brilliant students, What you say can wasn't one for. I mean, and you are there somewhere killing yourself. Yes, let me tell you, at a point in time, you grow. Some of us have been in that system before. But at a point, you need to begin to grow and ask questions. That you kill yourself, at the end of the day, the economy is shrinking. We are all affected. But economy are affected because they have money. Even doom some
almost cycle of wealth, 4 to 8 years. You got that vicious cycle, no. Unya sika sabre we no. So sabre we ni twempe. Another party, but they come to obakana say usika no. Ye bana usika na she. There's that cycle of you are rich only 48 years. Do you agree?
Yes, to a very large extent, I agree. Do you know the market has an 8-year cycle of state capture? You capture the state 8 years, whatever in the state, whether scholarship, whether contract, whether recruitment, whether employment, whether appointments you control it for 8 years. You enrich yourself with it 8 years. Recently, NDC chairman can also wait till we kill you make the catch. After that, we can share the meat. So it's about capturing and sharing. And that has been the system. And as if the country belongs to these two political parties. There's a man one. And he said, what you see, I asked him this simple question. I was talking to Penny Pardon, Mr. Adam question there. 2016, the economic situation was very bad at that time as compared to other countries. We saw each other very bad. They rejected Mr. Mahama. Now, the economic situation is worse. So, in other words, you move from bad to worse. Now, what it means is that, say, you to Obama, obi foforo. That's why you foforo no banana no on the move from bad to worse. You go to the west, which is the ST1. So, bad, west, and west. If somebody comes and the situation becomes worse, you back at the see in this important yeah. So we are not.
It's progression.
You get the argument I'm making. The bad now lose good. The same way, if somebody comes, let's say this west becomes west, we will say, the west is good. Can we build a nation like that? Per the resources in Kopanza, if you have a country as small as Ghana with only 33 million people, let's say gold, a number one producer in Africa. The whole world at 37th. Cocoa is number 2 producer in Africa. The whole world at 32 Sudama. Bauxite, Africa at 3rd. The whole world at 11th. Manganese, Africa at 3rd. The whole world at 5th. Crude oil, Africa. The whole Africa at 9th. West Africa at 8th. Say pineapple, the whole Africa, you are the largest producer of pineapple. Even coconut, you are the largest producer of coconut. Even in Chin, the whole Africa, we are the second largest producer of salt in the whole of Africa. I mean, say actually a small country like Ghana. Now all these resources. Let's say today, as we speak, we are your IMF. Yeah, pechola la sulala. Nancy, I was there, LGBTQ, some questions, one first campaign because obi also don't means can stand in the economy, are sustaining in the economy. A country, as I said the last time, so rich yet so poor. That is a country called Ghana. And it's the politicians that have made this country so. And I'm saying the system we are practicing, the winner takes all system, the state capture system we are practicing, that has made people within a short time, people have become rich. So rich. People queue in their houses every morning and they give them money like somebody giving his children money. And nobody questions, where did you get this money? Nobody questions. And we are practicing this system, expecting to develop or expecting to grow as a nation. We are being funny. Until there's an embassy form as a nation. Elsewhere, apart from US, apart from Britain, most of the European countries, what pertains there is coalition government. They don't allow two political parties to dominate like that. Because your system, your parties, if you go to America, they are party two-party system. It works for them because they understand somebody can vote for president today, tomorrow he will change his mind. Even a parliamentarian, a senator, openly speak against his government, will openly vote against his government on issues of national interest. But here is until them, we have something called whip system. So as someone because of whip system, you have to vote for. Look at e-levy. All the MPs in MPP voted for e-levy, even though they knew it was not the right policy at the time. That is the system we are practicing. Because Sawunya or your bakunchamfa. Since registration of parties have been working now. I could feel amazing. One
lecturer at the University of Education, Winnipeg, Dr. Hakim. He goes, as a nation, we must have courage to engage in the kind of discussion that you are having this afternoon if we are to break the cycle of underdevelopment.
Yes. Yes. Oh, no. You see, Mapa, that's what I say. We are developing a nation, not a political party. Why is it that, Mapa, the presidential power is not for a political party, but we allow political parties to control it? The presidency is not for a political party. It is the parliamentary that is for political party. Internet the MP or resign from the party, not for another party or by election. They will declare the seat vacant, not a by election. But if president of the party or go join another party and not to the FIMPA, he will still be president. Because the presidency is not for political party. So why should we allow political parties to determine for us who should become the president of Ghana? Why? Because the political party, they have interest. That interest is what the person is coming to serve. So when the person comes, he serves the interest of the political party first before the interest of the nation. That has been the bane of our development.
The definition of political party is about like-minded person fighting for political power to rule.
Yeah. So, and per the constitution, political parties only sponsor a candidate. They sponsor a candidate, which means the emphasis should not be on the political party, because we are not voting for political party to become president. You obviously president in Nankasa or the Ashwini Suban. Until Sabi, political party koyi obi na adwuma akampa. We have to go and vote for the person because the political party has elected him.
But you live in a country where recently, Chief Executive Summit, they chose to invite only flag bearer of MPP and flag bearer of NDC to come and address them.
Because
behaving as if say, sign the no pay, and I eligible say, a ruling Ghana.
It's because I'm telling you, it's a system. That system benefits some people in this country. I wonder what Jija was in one.
Aye.
You saw some of them, right?
Aye.
It's a system. And because it benefits some people, no, they want to maintain this system. Because people have become rich overnight with the same system. So why would they want it to change? In your form, no, not say they are prepared that you are rising up for this system to change. Because, Mapa, let me tell you this. I mean, I have two beautiful daughters. So I have 2 boys, 2 girls. Beautiful. Or should I be? Last somebody was asking me, Mama, put out to me there, or should I be? Because I'm paying be. I said, oh, some in some son on you dance on my scholarship. I said, oh, you da and sana. That's what I want to prevent. Let's build a system that will give equal opportunity to every Ghanaians. We are all taxpayers, we are all Ghanaians. It shouldn't be someone to hold somebody's hand and say, on your Juma, let your qualification, let your talent and skills provide you the opportunity. If it's about government institution, let equal opportunity prevail. That's the system some of us are fighting for.
Equal access, equal
opportunity, and equitable distribution of resources and the wealth of the nation.
How do we ensure that?
Mapa, that's what I'm saying. We need to change this system.
How do you change the system?
Let me tell you this. The current system. My more example and say about what question I do. If I am MP today, or from opposition MP, I will struggle to get a project to my constituency. Why should it be so? Because my constituency, we're Ghanaians. 1, 2, we're taxpayers. Until when it comes to distribution of resources, it shouldn't be. I shouldn't suffer. It should be automatic. There, what a chair or manager pasena. Constituency biala and also community biala or deserve be also the be equitably. As soon let's say being a casa fine, but you saw that's how we build a nation. And I'm saying, if you want to change this system, that is why some of us believe that after 16 years of NDC, 16 years of MPP, let's be bold for once and say that let these 2 political parties stand aside. It will include some elements in these 2 political parties, but yes, a mass or a part of the government. Because of meritocracy, because of competence. I was a not because when the person was campaigning, you could issue or campaigner, no bottle of water. It is in nature. Therefore, you become a minister. No, it should be on the basis of, because we need to put our best brains, our best minds and talent to use. How can if you are going to play national team ball, you have to from all over Ghanaians, all over the world. The best team on national team. But when it comes to economy, management of the economy, which affects daily lives, that one we leave it to one political party. Why don't you also form a national team by forming a government of national unity to bring all our best brains from the academia, from the political parties themselves? You call traditional authority, and for where let's go to TUC. Let's go to let's bring our best brains together to work for this country. That is my argument.
Is that feasible?
It's feasible. Benin has done it. You see, BBR say a share example. Don't look far. Benin has done it. That is why today Benin is considered one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Because if you go to Benin, it's not about party politics. The president is independent president. He has put together the best, the finest brains. Benin for that is how they are building their nation. And do you know the strength? The strength is built on one product called cotton. Cotton, they call it white gold. Benin is rising on the back of cotton. You have gold, you have bauxite, you have manganese, you have all these resources I've mentioned, yet you are poor. You are begging IMF before you can survive. And we are clapping for politicians. I've been telling people, ADAKABRI, I said I would prefer a government that will increase salaries, make salaries better. I would prefer a government that will bring inflation down, will bring interest rate down, will make our city strong and ask me to pay school fees. I would prefer that one. So that my business will go on and I'll be proud father or mother to pay my child's school fee. Than a government that will make inflation go up, exchange rate go up, interest rate go up, make salaries as almost nothing. No, I'm free education or no time, Jala. I will not prefer that one.
At the end of a Ghanaian would accept to say that a party other than MPP ever abandoned you be free senior high school.
No, you see, free senior high school. No, so why fine, but the point I'm making is that we can do it better.
So what is making the ordinary Ghanaian voter think and believe?
It's because you see, politics. I'm competing against others. So I said, if you don't vote for me, the one that will come apart from me will cancel it. For me, it is neither here nor there. The free HS system.
So, informing our press friends, your voter psychology, do we really look for what is good for Ghana?
Yes, you see, Mapa.
And our capacity to decipher and latch onto what is good for Ghana.
You have the capacity. You see, Mapa, education. You see, whatever we are doing, it's education, voter education. We need to be able to talk to people, advocate, send the messages, do house to house. People must understand that this nation is not for political parties. It's for Ghanaians. We are all Ghanaians. We have chosen the way of democracy. And so since 1992, accidentally or whatever, two parties have been dominating. But you look back after 32 years, ask yourself whether this system you have practiced, we are still practicing democracy. We are not going to stop democracy. But within democracy itself, we are whether as by accident or what, a system has emerged. And the system that has emerged is a system of winner takes all. So that system has been the bane of our development. And answer Richard, did you see there were 4 outside MPP to be a minister? No. So they will reshuffle themselves. And we can't develop like that. Let me tell you, there are fine, brightest brains in this country, minds. People who are intelligent, who can help this country to transform.
So if we have fine brains, people who are intelligent to transform this country, look at the board of, say, Ghana Water Company. Mm-hmm. The board.
Yeah.
Say 10-member board of the Ghana Water Company. Mm-hmm. And 4 of them, including the chairman, they are sitting MPs. Mm-hmm. That a board of Ghana Water Company, 10-member board, they move 4 of them, sitting members of parliament, including the chairman.
It shouldn't be. You see, that's the system. If you have a system that's
MPO, na Jima nya adwuma ni bi nya yo they assign the MP no asan koye board member of Ghana Water na Jima te ho onya adwuma ni bi.
That's the system I'm talking about. Oh, your winner takes all system. The system here in here ho. Ncha MP.
But na Jima ka winner no.
Yes.
MP among the winners no winner no kura no amongst the membership. That is why I'm not making rank and file no. So no rank and file no. The file now what na kuma eje support no all over when in them crisis no. Sa top 1% of the top ranks for no. So no. Yeah now file no hunu the equals was say adwuma young man board adwuma e say na who board member any 10 big companies can Ghana Water.
Yeah,
four as I are sitting MPs.
Yeah. Into my catch there. One of what's your name? You see, let me tell you.
Forgive me now. Me chairman of the Ghana Water Board, Patrick Buama, Patrick Buana, with the me not just a example.
Yeah, you see, you need to have a system where if a MP, let the MP be paid well and be an MP. I believe in that system. Like if you go to the American system, kind of, let the MP, because you've chosen to be MP, and it's a whole profession on its own. That yes, I want to be an MP. So if you go to some of them,
taking politics as a vocation.
Yes, I want to be an MP. I want to be a lawmaker, so that you focus on that and you master that. That is where, if executive Zibibi Banason, you can kick against it. But if you have a situation where the finance minister, for example, the finance minister is an MP, is a minister, so he comes to parliament or double interest, he's bringing something to parliament. He himself is an MP. He's got colleagues, he's got friends in the house, so he can easily influence and manipulate his friends to push his agenda. Maybe the agenda may not be good, may not be in the interest of the country, but by virtue of his position as an MP, he will be able to. But if you have a system where you present your case as an executive, and a member of parliament who is dealing with you is not a government appointee, he can speak his mind like the way the American system works. That is why the two-party system in America works
but
perfectly.
Notwithstanding, Yenya two finance ministers who were MPs, whose tenure outperformed 3 non-MPs who were finance ministers. Which in the case of Kwajoban Redu,
fantastic
MP, finance minister. Which in the case of Yasaf Mafo, MP, finance minister. Now what the Tuto Setepe, non-MP, finance minister. Dr. Kwabena for non-MP, finance minister. Ken Oforiatta, non-MP, finance minister. Amin Anta, non-MP, finance minister.
MP, finance minister.
Amin Anta,
yes, do this at 3, no? But 3 non-MPs, no?
But
performance.
Someone like Dr. Kwabena Dufour did very well. I mean, as you said, Kwajoban Redu, may so rest in peace. He did very well. It's a difference between talking. I was talking about the system, but you are talking about individual performance, individuals within the system.
Meaning the performance of the respective ministry.
Yeah.
When the person is, because you see, analysis saying, you understand, winner takes all.
Yeah.
And then you're drilling it down, but say, winner no, amongst the members no, far no.
Yeah, they are not considered. They are not considered.
We have to rank and
they share the blood. But once in a while, share blood. Mapa, once in a while, share blood. They shed blood during the elections, but they kill themselves during the elections. Yet they don't get any. Some of them are even polling station executives. You know me, I've been a.
And run here discussions be the National Cathedral and Yakura Yeton. Let the far Mrakrananka. Obia because I know Obia 2 trips cry. Okay, when you be
watch it. Even no Mapa, even recruitment in watch my opinion for no. Opinion for no was the one we use one friend then one can say one criteria. One who decided there must be and that should not be
because the system who say MP for time or say candidate of the MPP at the tax Akobon for limited registration. Then candidate of the MPP, as we say MP for time, NDC ni, and so at the tax Akobo. They say which is which. Joe Dankwa say Ahmed Ibrahim, Ami Akobon for our time. Ahmed Ibrahim say Joe Dankwa, Ami Akobon for our time. So rank and far for no more from na yebu woman. What have they said?
Mapa, let me say this. My mama, Nana, Jim Abem. Mapa, let me ask this question. And this one, I'm present to Ghana for this question. I'm making better Ghana for what you know here. Say politicians, so one salary, pa and what fight for. If they are fighting to win power because they want to depend on their salaries and work for the development of this country, pa. Actually, I'm already organizing tax to beat people, killing themselves, killing people to win power, doing all this. If or your money and opera was someone. Now, one salary is would depend on like any other Ghanaian, like teachers, like doctors, who depend on their salaries, like the way they are doing to live normal life. Actually, because the system provides opportunity for them to enrich themselves within short time. And I've told you there, because of this system, you say every 8 years you win a require. In your position 8 years. So what do? You gather enough obosun position 8 years because you Ghana for after 8 years and when you be from your baby. So you get enough while in power, and because you go to a position 8 years, what you do is that you also gather enough, steal enough. Let me be blatant, loot enough. That will last you in opposition for 8 years. That is why they go to opposition, they still have money to come back.
Are we suggesting, say, when Ghana becomes first, the union government, will people not steal? Will people not loot? Will the far also enjoy? Cabinet Freedom on Facebook Live. What's what? This man is talking facts. God bless him. Even a Bobakman. Francis Abuaje, Oswafa, I don't know the name of this guy. He's a Bobakman of the Movement for Change, a former member of the MPP. But seriously, he's making so much sense. I mean, the fancy guy is very mind-opening. Wow. Ghana first and part. But what are we seeing nowadays? Overnight rich, my MPP people. Kwabena Mensah, ADAKABRI, you are such a disgrace. It will lead to your downfall. You and your butterfly will be muted. Shameful journalists or hosts, always scheming to shame MPP. Good afternoon, Mr. ADAKABRI FRIMPONG. What a fantastic analysis. The man is speaking the truth. A country called Ghana. Jinyame. Abinampofo. Scheming against MPP. We are talking about Ghana. You are talking about a political party. Who will mute the butterfly? Pray the elephant doesn't enter the bush this election year. You will see how you come back to power. Nana. Hey, but I enjoy it when a man is much more passionate. Because the last time, your tree, your hopes na doye. At the Kotu Ministries Police Station. When you say a man for and a quarter overnight, a watch it over. Say in case say you move Hobson at the call a location other than what is known by the handlers are. Now almost to me iron at me at one among a report back. A man for no creation a deal with a Hobson yere. It me smart bear market she say pop the coffee Hobson yere back home by 4:30 a.m. Enti a ma for back no adia chin no nsema no okeka brofo twi atwi enti dia na ma no wo mutimi ya passionate sa nana the way back comment
they've been barred from commenting on Afro.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
I've been to programs with MPP for. They openly told me I mean, they are not here to talk about that. They don't even want to mention Afafanto, but it is neither here nor there. The most important thing is that, as you said,
a program a program who's to be the producers. Our issue I do ato bamaso.
Yeah.
Into the okwa and say stick to issue no the ato bamaso.
That's all.
But when you have to give examples, then you can give the examples in terms of the performance of maybe Alan or Walker. But say or no the program ato bamaso. Now do ya no what's it the Bible according to Alan. Now who goes and no producer and no host would entertain it. And what you do is you train your communicators. Said they should go along with the topic near the one. And there are several examples they can bring on board. And then those examples, no more incorporating Alan Eddie Hashim. Why?
Yeah, the women are some our Lord Jesus Christ, Ebekaya. And then Mr. Afro was a canoe.
And your matter.
And yes.
And they're here, Magdalena.
Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene.
Which are there, Miss Afuno or passion, Miss Afu or Abadai. Let me put it that way. Or Abadai. One of our women be. They carried us.
I won team.
Yeah.
It's a bad image painting.
Yes. They carried us.
Nana Brem.
Production team. Initiative fund so. Mr. Mechia, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, your flag bearer. Navinchia, your man penny and another Danko Akufado. Your flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia of Volta region. Now, as he say, you say continuously now the momentum na Dr. Mahmoud Baumia build it up, yes. And I think say it's a step in the right direction. It's a positive indicator for our whole electioneering process, Now Volta region, I am one of region Biana, a very hostile environment. But like we have been experiencing, time and time again, it's a politics and a dynamic. We say we are a stronghold, and now say we say 1 year Juma. Definitely Ghana force say we are becoming much more discerning, and some of the issues nibi wohona yetimi mfato hono. Now, me, a better and informed judgment. The reception of Volta region for Edema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, I think so far commendable. Na ye better Volta region for us in anonoma trankunyo mokasa yeni nano. Metiti statement ni bi offer. Say na ahem for about the national government, progress, forward looking, not partisan. You share issues on board. Na yen share the obetimi are working the issues, na yetimi movie Ghana from one level to another, and that is what yenina we share and we are hoping for. And I think so on that note, ye be we share a flag bearer any candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, so well of her. Not only say or call round and answer Oba Pro, he's also demonstrating the bold solutions for the future, issues on the economy, issues on private sector initiative, issues on the fiscal rule or proposal, trade, issues on electricity, issues on so many things. And I think say there was some above from explaining why the current issues, I will see it improvement on the existing one. I think say so far so good. Your best friend Yankopon any traveling mercies ama ono mudio on a chini na including himself. Na accident ba kumienu bi nipa enti ani ye bompa se bibia entom but of let me say me banam bitie me am bra penny and of let me state on record say nobody has banned any MPP communicator say emane nka afofantasem ebi obi take that personal decision how sensitive the issue is and the respect for Yura Alan Chairman thing. Of our politics, the MP for send your more different or chinebi or can be break no chinebi ya feel penina sebe when you make go
I'm a president of the republic. All kind of that's ejuso.
Right.
That rally no. Once Australia on your here. Now I wish you could tell the entire Australia on your here.
Yes.
Because when you saw in Yaki to be a deal.
Definitely, yes. Definitely.
To be a cabby beach and also be a cabby.
Yes.
You wouldn't know.
That's right.
The antico on your here no.
I mean, just to follow up on the okay, any MPP program, beer function, beer, Yuri Lanchamantin has been there. Maybe. No. Let me.
Let's not. People are listening. Let's not make that impression.
Let me correct it. Let me.
Obia Lanchamantin in human. That's a wabofa. And that's the profession that was the new actual banner. The way we are. Na say oyimpoku no MPP nya na msala nchamaso okweyi na ono nchodo MPP program.
Oh, okay.
Because obi onyim nti na okwe.
So
maybe what it means when it's said in a first
now
statement.
Talk about national unity, government and all that. You see, we are looking at political inclusion. Maybe. There are some form of social functions. Most of the social functions na bano. So to say, indirectly, no, na aye MPP social functions. It be a year, it be a it could be party, be a say program be, and just as na me abi nyebo ni refi so move MPP mu. So etino se bibi ba na se yehu yera lanchamanten e wo ho no ma. In the interest of promoting the national interest, national unity, you could see say invitations will go around and Yera Alanchamantin or MPP of I always say you share the founder as we speak. When I say MPP na yentimi pepa Yera Alanchamantin AD Mfemo. Bibi na buy and Yera atene and that is okay. Eti na aye a bit sensitive send asem na kwa no. And politics of numbers. It is all kasa no one kasa ni ye na how you even demonstrate yourself in public. Send a beya nipa ebisifa ehu na na hard kakra. And I don't have any problem also at all. Say afofanto mobe digress, say they have different opinion, different at the end of the day, because politics numbers and a lot of because my experience in Penifono, send your mudi or magro different. It's ye nye bibi e betete or minimu and say a betete MPP mu and say Ochnebi offer maybe politics the Hubida. You are Lanchamantica so back to MPP. Wow, wakasa be brainy na did attempt attacking issues and in penifoni na no be anything. And that is why I say there's a politics evolving. People are becoming so much, powerful in the way they think. Or advance new opinion when and it's about principle. You can't take that away from the person.
So for Panini Duncan Williams, say we should develop a Ghana agenda as opposed to political party agenda, because primarily you are Ghanaian first before becoming a member of a political party.
No cre unse or mind chichre any amayo na just as ye Ghana for first the everyday biano biano Ghana first any no and of our share America crana everything is about America first, everything is America. Yehano akwakoba say minim so for your history na ye free education system nintina ya e ma yentimi hu nyome bia mpenifo ne hye send Ghana and started free as they say we don't study history until we don't even know where we are going as a country in terms of your history until yes me new penny bia ya adwene say Ghana first agenda of a ehun here see ehemokena yes political party there just an organization they pay political power even in the political party dispensation there is that national interest, national unity. But of akwakoba say over some time now in Shesheye any yembra bi yembra upon the 1992 constitution bibia na a free bar from a dictator rule. I know most who studied the 1992 constitution now most of the articles was to protect a particular person. And then no na made them face say little experience say ama this winner takes all. The concept of say a bit promote or minor instead of your political party because I have to win the elections. na mitimi stay power for long. Nipa no kra no free dictator rule ban we what na so about some 27 years. Inti also timi yeah bad democracy no so obejia tumu no also making sure say wono mo be mre bia na fiva no, and that is all about the 1992 constitution. A serving well in some regard, but in most cases in offer they say the intimate reflected the current trends, the current conditions are yekomu say, and that is why in Yanomuni Penifoni Bebreka say ye hear review of our 1992 constitution. Yes, offer the review has been done. I have the copy of the Constitutional Review Committee report, article by article, and offer Ubunse Ghana for Bibrinama a lot of recommendation, article by article. I think say ye implement here currently in a bit to me are reflecting as a society to say Bibia ye do know. It is all about Ghana. Akwa ye kun ye ko ye ba ye gidi ye Bibia nini na ye the passion for the country. Of our audio show. Young colleague in the entertainment sector. Afronita ne this Abigail like it almost British Got Talent, almost Saya, and we are seeing in a comma. Ghana, it's me united the country. We share social media, everybody is talking about them. It's BBA no yeah in the interest of Chinebi, maybe na me aminia penisa or kala 2 girls, 2 boys. Or Chinebi no, ombe say, oh, me papa be Bob Brabia, say no we jadin to ne solutions ne recommendation ne kun ye ni nyina no I make sure say Ghana etimi aye better, and I think say that is what ye nyina no ye kun kakra into yes Ghana first and the of amine obia ya adwenen akwakoba ne say Ghana first no vehicle bi ne o se yetinemu ne ye dey achieve the Ghana first and this our political party ideologies ni nyina ban of just as we have seen. Eya mi pie na me kwa bonten na me hia mpanifoni bi wo aboso kan ne the various markets na omutu yemfo bebre offer. Akso can say MPP no mumuntini eyedene because the MPP has been there since independent from 1948 ayediti UGCC aya kremwa babesi now 2024 nti ya na ye ya de na yensusu enye se ne be ya ye ho enkoye ehin bebre, and that is why I offer nyoma bi wo ho you have to become more assertive, utie divergent views obi wo ho kra na one na nya adwene, but in the interest and in promotion of the national unity agenda no onkoye bibia be make anase the interpretation ebeba ni say oh I said yeah moye say anase moye say eti we hold that in dear esteem say tembia ne discourse aye ni nyina no edi enunyam hye ebeba ebetimi ama oman no nkabom beba yen kasakase bia ebewie echi ne ekeka yeti ebom ene mo say na we can about issues say MPs me organize say and all that. If I unko bibia ye be we no Ghana na na we say ye chechre na ye bonipo edisi baby ye di bedum pempenso bia ebe ya akono ebe attract investment edi njuma beba input beba na so ye yetimi akoye ni mofa
preparations towards upcoming general elections. Blackberry for no Dr. Baumia onam obontua John Dramani Mahama onam obontua Alanko Jutre Martin onam obontua Anakwame Bediako so nam obontua. Do we know what Ghanaians are looking up to? Na mpanimfo no nto abomo no, are they speaking to Ghanaians, knowing their voter psychology, what they want, and no can want them, and I said they are out of tune, and they can be people from. Martin will be going to Uforidia Monday. I could Uforidia a series of programs with Uforidia. Dr. Baumia the water region. I could John Dramani Mahama, and so enemu. Cheddar, SONM. So you can tell us, do we know what Ghanaians want? And our candidate, is he dealing with that issue? Is he speaking to the issues upon research, when Nimsa Ghana for Ghana?
Offer no cre meet me aka say your candidate, your flag bearer on him currently, the difficulties and also the issues are Ghana for a sheshe in him say your best are no quine. and offer and even a few about to have in Kwampo. I think about last 2 years, you know. Now you said the issues are about to generally and about 70% about the issues on the economy. Because Oshe ye 8 year and Ghana 4 year adom almodom ye first term. Nanado Danko Kufado almost andom the second term I wumu ya. Of anyoma bibre sisi. Na enyoma bibre sisi no me free bibia ye core fem as a country, as an economy, ye core fem. Na ye nhwe how ye see air bounce back. And that is the most important issues on the board now. And the time be a mititi in penifone semo omo kana. Ayana mason edi the omoka about how ye basifa restore the economy no. Ye be restore development, ye be restore job creation. And no, and as you say, offer Ghana for a and your mammy no pay offer. So ultimate chitre economy ni ya, and no nede in Juma ebeba. And metiem penifoni bia, o share ye flag bearer and sema okay, it is around the same point. O share Yura Alanchamantene dia oka, it is around the same point. O share even former President Mahama, almost 24-hour economy, or more kaya no muntiminchimuna. Nini na ni ubetimi hu se penifoi, omo pese create some form of what in Juma, and I say I will say yetimi a build the economy no. Ofa yeni ewa be mu say and yakase Oshe ruler Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a play over the years na as a vice president. Why one of the most vibrant vice presidents we have had. Ofa ni pibia one enenso as a political party krano ye enenso enye yini na na metimi atna ha no mu say akase yenya ne pepepe me kan kras and ne Ghana for ba bome omuhia mo krom be bome but ofa senior politics no aye adwen to atoa aye know how aye knowledge aye wisdom no na we learn from our mistakes na yetimi e dey iden etum point. That is what we are doing currently of ebi ne den who study your pattern of our economy alpha aside the increasing budget deficit government bia oba be your budget so their sika ba e ka ba be day trade deficit na also finance one financial deficit just say impuntunjuma ne other programs obeya ebema oman no betimi etumpo no untimi enye of ya practicing that current discourse ya me hu say no enye sustainable because let me speak on the deficit and you start no. The current rule no money say your budget deficit it should be capped at 5% of our GDP. Over first example the nebi ni honomo ye ba mu I think 2017-18 ye did the Fiscal Responsibility Act and e first no bibie ni honomo sa inti aban bia ye ne budget pe no aye ne revenue no aye ne expenditure say ye betimi enya sika no ewo oman ni mu ana say ye nhwe the revenue the income aye generate oman ni mu na yetimi de aye ho impuntujuma pepepe e the time bia no won say huge deficit na e ho no mo na afi no twe economy ni mu meanwhile so you need that tax capacity no ye level o share oman ni mu a induma e ba sika e ba oman ni mu ni nyina no ye level a etimi contribute to tax but of GDP ne de betimi akonanim say ye attractive foreign direct investment ye be economy ni mu ye expansion but of ebedu we no not all of them will translate into creation of jobs but we won't say share the tourism sector Nanado started the year of return beyond the return otu kwanko we are seeing na akobo Ghana hu dero no and man for begin to say say country be called Ghana say people started coming back to the country the diaspora for when they come they move around here shores here tourist sites and all that e bie omanimu but of onim your GDP no enye sika da ho no mo a nominal figure ye de to your economy so into your budget now ka say yenye 5% of our GDP that means no GDP na enye sika da ho no this what busika to no ma yeka eti currently no the ye propose ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a proposing is say as o mine no you say cut your coat according to the size of your material enumunu na offer ye betimi aye expenditure control ye betimi cut down government spending ye betimi review some of the expenditures ni bia sebe e was say ye bo aboso edito so enti adenti na ye nhwe ye revenue a ye generate o mine mu So revenue no 1,000 cedis for the whole year of you can't spend more than the 1,000 cedis in our unya ewo minimum. And again, the proposal are on board that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia air championing currently they say we are going to do 105% of our previous year revenue. In 2023, say your revenue 1,000 cedis in 2024, your budget deficit of a enquire 5% of the GDP because GDP no ebetimi aye ebia 50,000 but revenue ultimately nyawo seek e minimum economy na 1,000 cedis. Until you multiply 5 by 50,000 you leave a huge deficit. The all prepare budget obetimi a shift figures obe shift revenue ni kakra no a shift expenditure ni kakra no we maintaining that 5% for you. But you say you can say let's go to the field and then implement almost is kanemba. It is some of these things, that huge expenditure patterns now we've seen over the years. Now, if see spending, the spending will be based on the money we generate in the country. Of a betty borrowing baby now over the years. Am I IMF? I acquire debt restructuring. That is number one. Of a number two, Adia aha Ghana for a depleting a lot of incomes. Inflation. We share currently. Issues every month be an statistical service or more the monthly reports on inflation about again offer adiba kunso high NCC and so ye CD depreciation ye call IMF ye ko seek for balance of payment support ye seek asem call firm kwata krani currency no na ho odem call firm cry ye Sri Lanka for a CD need depreciate 2022 e could be about 56.1%. Yes, starting yes, say you call IMF and Nyoma started say a bounce back. Investor international credit rating agencies for downgrade the economy, leave confidence out of the economy in ano. Of as they say, they are giving us positive reviews. Enye buapayo, enye bibia. Like I always say, economy no for enye miracle, enye magic. Input the odibeshim, that's what they are going to get. Eti nyoma ekosunini na ano mayen that positive indication of ene. Your growth rate apijani mumeso. Osha inflation at end period December 2022 ebejina 54.1%. In 2023 aba as we speak of a 25%. Of you can see that downward review. Osha your primary balance, your fiscal balance discipline na any no overspending na year because of COVID period. Na abino danado pese oboga na for home bino. Say sanyo manini na ye biebium nini na no aban aboso e de atoso ye bibia pepepe eno na ama confidence na start say ye den eba IMF for no nyame adom omaye big brother bia omu review your policies no eboa emaye nya policy credibility. Offer adia aka sesi menu ye twetwe nkomwen say ye sidi no betimi ejina ne na so sene ye beya ye betimi restore your value of investment the business community. Last 2 weeks Gutafo has been up and doing. Ghana Federation of Traders has been up and doing because one no ya no more cranium adiba or minimum they need more of the dollars in the system. Aye seasonal variations in the system. And time biano, I was say utimi yen shisheye bia ubenya the inflow of the dollar into your economy no. Na etimi mitigate the impact on your city. And offer last week our finance minister Honorable Abi Antabeye ne economic update or highlighted a lot of what programs are buying year did the inflow no beba within the shortest possible time. Send ye beya ye betimi stabilize your currency But in the long term offer we are hoping and still hope say ye betimi industrialize ye mine or your country the economy industrialization as it run say in your may bianca I was sending pie and ye fidie nebeye send ye beya ye betimi create the value of it na fe no etimi abua import substitution ade bia ye kan wasem no ye timi promote ye export no more na offer at the some fast one ye den ade and some issues when ye dey call elections no
right Nana Jima Edo was say what me atro bo ase a church no mam anti yemma ebo backman eso mram bien
yes Nana
don't forget to say oyima ku free here onyumtuni no was saying kwadwo for sulumba ye de ho beton odi beba ebo inte way
Nana ended on the economy. And see, macro economy was some. But before that, see the problem I was here as a country, it's not a problem I pay the political party be solve my. It's a problem I pay leadership to solve the problem.
You have 5 minutes to go.
Yes. And so on your political party assembly, you can. I've always said it there. The difference between Mr. Alan Chamat and Mr. Mahama, no, Alaji Bawumia, is that Mr. Mahama, Professor Thomas fun as running mate. Roko election we no be a vice president. And Professor Thomas we no be a president. It's an opportunity he had. Alaji Bawumia and Akufo-Addo fun as running mate. Roko election we no be a vice president. It's an opportunity he had. Mr. Alan Chamat has never had that opportunity to be part of the presidency before. He's always been, for Ghana, he is a minister of trade and industry. Until he can only be judged on the basis of Juma was a man as a minister. So we need a leader, not a political party, to solve our problem. Because every country we are to you took one leader's vision to change the country. Example, if you go to Rwanda, if you go to Singapore, South Korea, and all other countries you can mention, Malaysia and all that. The point is that Ghana's economy has not been managed well over the years. Let's be honest and see, you can't acquire our boy in the power. Over the years, we were managing our forex, foreign exchange, with loans. And so the city was doing fairly well. Check. At that, what you shall say, the capital market, your access to the capital market, that is where the city started suffering. Now, the Ghana economy is performing now. Don't compare with NDC performance. You deceive yourself. Because Makada, in the last 10 years, Mr. Mahama, Professor Thomas did well. When he took over oil economy from President Kufuor, and the growth rate was 14.3%. The economy was doing very well. In fact, in sub-Saharan Africa, Ghana economy was the best. It was doing so well. And the Professor Thomas, share Mr. Mahama Nensa. Within 4.5 years, this promising rising economy was taken to the IMF. Only if you're doing a growth rate for 14%, so we're to 3.4%. So this was a very bad economic management. But to do so in addition, and IMF in addition, bad management. And there's an MPP. Now, the reason why Mr. Mahama now looks good, this is why I bold to speak, is that the bad situation now it's been made worse by this government. I didn't mention Mr. Atta because but this Nanado Bawumia government, they've economy and menu essentially. If a country, the heart, money be an foreign exchange, on a pump blood to all other sectors of the economy. Because if your heart is dying, is failing, you are dying. If your currency is depreciating, your economy is dying. So Ghana is currently dying. The danger is even that, Menjoka say, yatina coupons, bonds coupons, interest due on loans, external ones, over $2 billion coupons yatina do yentie. And all this is dollar denominated. Then also, IPP, I just saw news this morning there, independent power producers, now on put what's the one call for even meetings to discuss issues about their debt again, because we're about $1.5 billion is owed to them. If you are not paying your external debt, if you are not paying the IPPs the way you are supposed to pay them, let's say UCD is depreciating now, then how have you managed the CD over the years? That's the big question, because let me tell you, when you mention other countries, they will tell you, like for example, Togo, because Togo is a francophone country, they will mention Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is a francophone country, so you don't want to compare. Now, let me tell you this. But I'm not sure Ghanaians. Go to countries like, go to a country like Ivory Coast. Let me give you some countries, Mappa. Go to Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin. Check their interest rates. Ghana in a Kobabo says Ghana. The least you can get is 35% on interest rates. Forget about the prime rate the Bank of Ghana is quoting. Now, what was that? 29%. Because of the Bank of Ghana prime rate, and the other banks, would decide on their interest. And I'm saying that businessmen will tell me, there. If you go to bank today, you're going to take loan. The least you can get is about 35% interest rate. Now listen to this. If you go to Ivory Coast, a businessman in Ivory Coast will go to take loan. He will pay 4.5% interest on the loan. So Ghana and Yibuka the loan, you could take 35%. These two people, because of African Continental Free Trade Area, Mr. Alan Chamantin, Adaroma, this African, you busy job. If I mean a Ghana, you loan of 35% interest. Ivory Coast, you are producing the same product. Why you loan of 4.3%? Let's say you're a producer, cotton, let's say South Africa. The two of us, one is cheaper in terms of pricing and also even quality in terms of what product a produce, in terms of quality and pricing. Certainly, the Ivory Coast man will compete the Ghanaian businessman out of the market because cost of production is low. Go to Togo. Interest rate in Togo, 4.5. Ghana, 35. Inflation in Togo, 3.7. Ghana inflation, 25%. Go to inflation in Ivory Coast, 3.5. Benin, I've told you Benin. Benin is governed by independent presidents. Patrice Talon, Owini as independent candidate. In the last 18 years, Benin has been governed by independent president. Thomas Yayiboni, 10 years. The independent candidate, why are they so well that they voted for another independent candidate, which is Patrice Talon? If you go to Benin, interest rate is 7%. Inflation is 6.8%. Then I mentioned Rwanda because they will mention that these are Francophone. So I've gone to Rwanda. Rwanda, one interest rate. If you go to a business person in Rwanda, interest rate. No, don't laugh. You
got some 2 minutes. A minute to go.
2.65% interest rate Rwanda. If you go to inflation, 5.4. And I'm saying that all these countries were hit by COVID.
Final comment.
They were hit by COVID and Russia-Ukraine war.
Okay.
The difference is that one has been able to manage the economy well, to stand on its feet, to compete against the world. One is still giving excuses about COVID and Russia-Ukraine war. As we speak,
final comment.
Yes, final comment. Ghana's economy or the intensive care unit. And that's why I'm saying that in managing this economy, I'm a candidate. Just 1 minute. I'm a candidate. Opportunity was the man as minister. Maybe I was here no ministry, but I'm telling you in his track record. In 1994, he was only 38 years. Mr. Alan Chamanso was only 38 years. When Mandela was sworn in as the president of South Africa, and the Unya economists around the world, few of them to advise Mandela how to develop the private sector. Mr. Alan Chamanso was one of them. He was only 38 years. When Africa wanted to have one common market, the whole Africa, Nipa Fund, the only create the biggest economic project in Africa, which is the African Continental Free Trade Area, Mr. Alan Chamanso. And I'm saying if you give him this opportunity as a nation, with a government of national unity, with national development plan, not manifestos, this country, we shall move forward.
Offer maybe 1 minute, Roberto.
Yes, final comment.
Final comment. Yes, offer. Na minuya ekase.
I'm ready.
Mate, no ekase. The heart of every country, biane and the forex. I think say the heart of every country, biano, the tax that you're able to generate in a country. The issue with forex, they offer back when we are doing international trade, import export. It is first of all, no, how do you grow money in your country? That is the heartbeat of every country, every economy. It's about taxes. And if I want to say about a two to lack of compliance or system, and that is why I say we need to be more reflective this time around and get it right. Pay a deficit now. It should be on the tax revenue we generate in the country and not the GDP.
A phantom figure.
That's right. Of our can be about say IPP4, the onka $1.5 billion dollars. So OTA finance minister update or last week now. Finance minister attribute one of the causes you see started say a shaking hone from kakrano. Say the move say ye IPPs. Can we pay the IPPs? And Obesha in March 2024 cash water flow mechanism. The audit report buy in the power sector now. We're able to make some payment of 43 million Ghana dollars to the IPP. Or can be comparing your economy to that of the Francophone for no. you're comparing apples to oranges. Francophone, as we speak, Senegal president or Bayern, look at what he's saying. He wants to break away from the French. Francophone countries need an offer. Reserves is being controlled by the French. They don't have economic.
And I could do ever. Now, we are.
ADAKABRI.
Na koyofosu na osesaying.
Okay, ntino. Send me di kan tue mu ashase na ye show no. I think say he's gone through certain things and amana dia betro sanyumwe. Nti ashase de o kan say me hu mo nipo. Me hu mo nipo. Yasi nipa na hu niema yo. Wiase mu nipa. Na ehu de waye me hu mo nipa yasi nipa na ehu ne ma yintia obadie mpo ho meda me ni nipa no wachi nku me ho a nipa be yase ba kupo nipa mre yeti o chasi nipa emre yetia chasi ni aho beto
nipa so obadie kura wo
ho meda you see, I go for a body, I understood the
so don't abuse your body.
Exactly.
Abuse your body, no.
Who said, well, abuse your body, no. Aye.
You know who said, Papa.
Aye.
Take the word regret from your dictionary. You go to tea.
I'm not saying babium. Me nipa. Yes, nipa ne hu ne mayo. Me share that dem bonyum.
Share that dem.
E bonyum. Sene madofo besebu omu
sa
party pompa won kane wayo omuko party na sikotira luma no nyum na
kobuye mu na party
pompe
anu anu no bia refi
onyane gelia won kane waye
no matu atene
aja obuni mu won kane wayo
na je se no anu se focus wo ho
no nti obadwemfo ho medaye mi ni nimfa no wachi nko mi ho a nipa be yase ba kupo nipa mre yeti o chasi ni ho beto ai yase dia ho beto
life is short
exactly yenti ho ne kakane
entraso
o se ya sheda mamedro se minum wa menwo ya nom ya sheda mamedro se minum wa menwo Sumono mosono so wan so say wa bo be fe no somo wanom osono say osonja na so mo fam ne ho nom na so osono na no say siba bubom so mampo so kewe into say sumono mosono so wan so nedwie sumo kwa nom no anfi na edwie
okay
Inti sumono mosono so wan so Nejie sibo bubom so mampo so kewo nenwa nti sibo kra o timura ma nipa yam hye no abubom ono lumba wampo so na enwa snail only voice only volume what you say no so say de baby muna mubuni bibia kefo suwe medana mada Muna mubuna sembia entro ni de baby Muna mubuna sembia kefo suemeda na mado Muna mubuna sembia minti ya na mati yanko
I love this one Kojo for Silumba wasi wo bra na mo o sunu susumante
Enti no brefo be di na wa bre enti efri na kwa de da luma ka kire mo se de no ho beto no enti minim se no sit na bia on sheda isi ana so on sheda release her after this song no on sheda I think 2 be pe
why are they notwithstanding ojina mu ye be sorry so na yakoya hoboa na yakwa sama tampoi na maame biama biam si 1
maame soja
na yakwa kopipa ne niso abra ne maame da ho so maame ntiase aduo enne so maame tiase da maame beka bi atie o
yatia
enne so maame tiase a no beka bi atie
yati wofa
na o maame ni ho a
enwie
edie wankasa baje ho gina edi abra ma meti ase no na waka ho abata ma me ho ate
mate ofa
ebia ni wa wuko mu ama me onko mu da
sa pepe
ma me pe ena o hwe udin no akati jaisun ate if is onu hunu ne kese akura ma notwithstanding no wadi aduru ba bi wadi aduru ye be sore so ye de aseda e de ama eye abra frima bankro woni nana ya asafo se technical production no omodi abrain panyi kojo dame ado oni magjero sa ajiman onye makwe free ye a chese eni la cause papa ana original mu a oni
musician
ani okay DJ foreigner so aba beduru DJ foreigner oni abramo e ene eye ola koko michael omo na di yekofie na yensusuye mu no omo de yebe ko jojo usuneti neat 100.9 FM